Hey guys, August from Airsoft and More here, and today we have a beginner tech tutorial video. In this video, I'll be showing you how to upgrade your motor. So upgrading the motor, the stock one to an upgraded one, is a very simple task. All you need is a few tools, and in this video I'll show you how to do that. Upgrading your motor is pretty much one of the first upgrades you want to go with, just because of how easy it is. Most stock motors aren't that great, so you want to upgrade it with a neo magnet motor. Neo magnet motors are very durable and very strong, torquey, and really depends on what kind of motor you get. Neo magnet motors, you know your motor is a neo magnet when it could pick up heavy objects, and it's just really you know, magnetic. Usually they could even pick up a 3 to 5 pound metal plate. But yeah, neo magnet motors are very nice. In this video we have a customer's G&G combat machine that we are going to put a Matrix Magnum motor in it. This is a very nice motor in my opinion. I've used one for a few years in one of my guns. So let's begin with the video. First, we're gonna start off at the bottom. So this is your motor plate right here. Every gun is different, but this one has 2 Allen key screws. So we're gonna unscrew the front one, and we're gonna unscrew the rear one, and we are gonna pull out the motor plate. It might be hard to do it with your fingers, so in this case I have a pair of long nose pliers to get in there and kind of tug on that. So inside you can see that the original motor is missing. That's because the customer took it out prior to dropping it off here. So what we have here, our Matrix Magnum motor. Always make sure that the red or positive is facing towards the front of the gun. So make sure you don't put in your motor backwards, red towards the front. So let's see, just drop it in there nice and slowly. Also make sure that it's got this spring here. That's your motor shaft spring. Make sure you're not missing the spring or anything like that. And you know, get it in there, push it down, make sure it's nice and springy. Alright, make sure it's pushing back to the force of your fingers. Now what you're gonna do is, you have these little connectors right here. You are going to place them on the motor terminal, these little terminals on the motor. You could see one right here, that's for the negative, and there's one right there for the positive. So it kind of just slips on like a sleeve. Alright, so there is kind of a sequence on how to put everything back together. Make sure you put the black one in first and have the red wire going over the black one and connected right there. So make sure that your wires kind of look like how it's oriented right here. Also take note that some motor plates will have a small little silver washer that's here. A lot of the G&G grips stock are going to come with those. This one seems to have been changed to a different one. This one does not require a washer. Alright, so there's these 2 notches right here. Make sure those go in between, you know, the motor wires right here. So carefully put that on. Alright, and then press down. After you've done that, we could put our 2 little screws back in, and let's tighten that sucker right back up. Alright, so after you put on the motor plate, we are not done just yet. Next thing we have to do is adjust the motor height. So after switching out to a different motor, you'll pull the trigger and you might hear that your gun doesn't sound as good. It might sound a little whiny or not perfectly good, so we're gonna go ahead and adjust the motor height. So we're gonna pull the trigger right now. Alright, that sounds way too high pitched. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the correct tool for the adjustment plate. This one uses a flathead, some of them uses Allen keys, but we're gonna go ahead and tighten it a little bit. So we're gonna give it 1 full turn. That's a little better. So it seems like we need to tighten this up just a little bit. Alright, see the high pitchedness is going away, but you just need to turn that motor height and pull the trigger and just keep on adjusting it to a point where it sounds not high pitched. If you over tighten it, it could give you the same effect where it's going to be really high pitched. So you just need to find that sweet region where your gun is shooting without a high pitched screech. So I think that this sounds fine for a G&G. Yep, that sounds normal for a G&G. So yeah, make sure you're going to have to adjust your motor height. And yeah, that's pretty much a complete motor installment right there. So upgrading your motor is a very simple task to do. You just need the right tools for it. It's always good to have a set of Allen keys and metric, and a set of screwdrivers, both Phillips and flatheads. So that's how you upgrade your motor. Very simple to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little beginner tutorial video. We'll have more tech videos coming up soon. So this has been August from Airsoft and More, signing off.